Hello friends, and welcome to Math Time with Mrs. Weigel. Today we're going to learn a new strategy about making a 10 when we're working with addition. But first, I'm going to show you guys a game to play. Okay, so you can use Unifix cubes, or you can use Lego pieces, or you can put beads on a string for this game, okay? I'm going to show you it with Unifix cubes. You can either use a dice or you can use a deck of cards that you would flip over, okay? So you can play with one or more family members. First, you're going to roll the dice, okay? I got a 2, so I'm going to take 2 Unifix cubes, okay? Then my partner would roll the dice. They got 6. So they're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have 6 pieces, and I have 2. Alright? I'm going to roll again. I got 2 again, okay? Then they would roll again. They also got 2. Okay, 1, 2. So now they have 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 2, 4, okay? 6. Okay, so let's say I rolled out the first time, okay, friends? Alright, so I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? Now I know that 6 plus 4 equals 10, but you can count them if you need to, okay? Once you have 10, you can link the pieces together, okay? So they stay single until you have a 10, and then you can connect them, or if you have beads, that's when you string them on a piece of string, or if you have Legos, you can build the Legos in a line too, okay? So now they would go again, and then if I rolled, I only got 3. These pieces would not get connected, okay, until I have more to make a 10. So you keep going until either all the cubes are gone, or until one of you reaches 100, okay? And so that'll be 10 of these 10s, okay? So that's the game, is making 10, alright? So you can play that with a family member. Okay, so go ahead and find a family member and play this game. Have fun making 10 and trying to get to 100 first, and then come back and finish the video, okay? Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how our making 10 strategy works that we're going to use, okay? And I'm going to be using a 10 frame to show you. Okay, the first problem we're going to do is 8 plus 4. Okay, so I'm going to put 8 counters on one 10 frame. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to put 4 on my other frame. Okay, so I have that represented there, okay? We're going to do this addition problem, but we are going to make a 10 first, okay? And so that's the strategy. Okay, so instead of counting, I'm going to split this 4 into a number bond or a number family, okay? If you haven't seen this before, it's just taking one number and turning it into 2 smaller numbers. So say I did this with 3, I could put 2 and 1 because 1, 2, and 1 make 3, okay? So that's called a number bond or a number family. Okay, so I'm going to move 2 counters over here to complete and make a 10. See, my 10 frame is completed. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright? So the 2 is the number I'm going to write in the first circle here, okay? And what I'm left over with, 1, 2, I'm going to put in the other side. Because I know that 2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay? 2 plus 2 equals 4. But we see now the 8 and the 2 made 10. And I'm left with 2 counters. Okay? Now 10 plus 2 is an easier addition problem. 10 plus 2 is 12. Okay? That means 8 plus 4 is also 12 because I didn't add or subtract anything. Okay? I have the same amount. I just moved it around a little bit. Think of it this way. You have 8 balls and your sibling or your friend has 4, okay? They leave the room, you take 2 of theirs, now you have 10 and they have 2 balls, okay? So it's the same, there's still 12. You could have counted it and the answer is 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, okay? But we made a 10 so that way we had an easier number sentence, okay? This is my number sentence. Alright, so now we're going to do a couple of more examples before you try on your own, okay? So let's do 7 plus 6, okay? And we're going to find the sum of this addition problem, okay? So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? So what was our first step? We want to make a 10. We're going to end up completing our 10 frame, okay? But we're going to make our number bond or our number family. So the first thing you're going to do is draw these circles, okay? Now we can move over to complete the 10. So how many empty spots do you see? 3. So we're going to move over 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. Now we have our completed 10, okay? So in this first bubble, we're going to put the 3 we moved over. Okay, how much do we have left? 3, okay, so we're going to put 3 in the second bubble. So 3 plus 3 equals 6, that checks out. So that's our number bond, okay? 7 plus 3 equals 10. And then we have 3 left over. Now that's an easier addition problem. I can see that that is 13. So 7 plus 6 is 13. Awesome. Okay, let's do one more. 9 plus 4 equals what? Okay? And some of you might be able to do this, but we're going to practice using our 10 strategy, okay? So we have 9, and then we have 4. Okay, so what's the first thing we do? Make our number bond or number family. Okay, what's going to go in this first bubble? Whatever we move over, which is how many? 1. We move 1 over, so the 1 goes here. Okay, 1 plus what equals 4? 3. We have 3 left over. So 3 goes in this bubble. Okay, we made our 10 with the 1. 9 plus 1 equals 10. And what are we left over? 3. We have 3 left over. Hey, we saw this problem. 10 plus 3 is 13. So 9 plus 4 is also 13. We just moved them around. Okay. So now I have some problems that you guys can try on your own, okay? You can use the counters or Unifix cubes or the Legos or whatever if you need to, but I want you to try to do it on your own, okay? So you're going to pause the video in just a minute and you're going to copy these down, you're going to do them, okay? And remember, you're going to make the number bond with the smaller number, okay? So make sure you leave room in between to do your number bond. Now you can feel free to stop here if you think that you've got the hang of it, but if you think you need more practice, then there's 4 more questions here that I'd love for you to try as well, okay? So pause the video now, and then you can come back when you're done. Great job finishing those. Okay, so now we're going to talk about our proficiency scale. So today we learned a make a 10 strategy when working with addition. A proficiency scale means that we can do what we're trying to do, alright? So you want to be at the sunny 3 spot, which says, I can use strategies to add and subtract numbers to 20, and I can fluently add and subtract within 10. So by the end of the 3 videos, I'm hoping that everybody is at a 3 or a 4. The 4 says, I can also use mental strategies to fluently add and subtract within 20. Alright, let's look at our vocab. So we have add. Add is when you are using addition to find the sum of 2 numbers. So if we have 2 plus 2, that equals 4. You can also do more than 2 numbers. If I had 2 plus 2 plus 2, that equals 6. Okay. Subtract. Subtract is almost like the opposite. We're taking away instead of adding together. So if I took 2 away from the 6, I'm left with 4. If we wrote that out, that would look like this number sentence, alright? A number sentence, that's what this is. That's another one of our vocab words. and then the difference. So when the sum is when you add. So when you have an addition problem, like the 4 plus 2, the sum is 6. When you're subtracting, the difference between these two numbers is 4, okay? We have 3 more words to look at. Equals. Can you find the equal sign? Right there and right there, okay? So 4 plus 2 equals 6, all right? That's the answer. Okay. Decompose. Now this one's a big word. This reminds me of our number bonds we were doing, okay? So if I decomposed 4 into 2 and 2, okay, it's kind of like an addition problem. 2 plus 2 is 4. Or a subtraction problem. 4 minus 2 equals 2. Okay, so that's decompose. We'll talk more about that later. And our last word is fluency. Okay, so that means you can do it on your own without help. So we'll look back to this proficiency scale in each video, okay? So if you need more practice, you can always go back and do more problems. You can do that second half, the purple, okay? So don't worry if you don't know everything now. I'm hoping that by the end of the 3 videos you will be able to use strategies to add and subtract numbers to 20 and also fluently add and subtract within 10. Thanks for doing math with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.